Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope is a movie that was directed by George Lucas.
What?
And written by George Lucas.
Well,
Yeah, I guess we owe George Lucas an apology. So in this review, I won't be able to review the original one that came out in 1977. I just got to review the ones that George Lucas re-released. The new one that he dropped a couple years ago, and the one with Anakin in it.
No!
So, you know, I can only do so much, guys. Now, this movie takes place 20 minutes after a Star Wars story. No spoilers. It begins the story of a young boy who is from Tatooine, Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is the son of Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. He wants to be among the stars. He wants to be in his friends. He wants to be with the rebels. He wants to fight the Empire. He wants to make a difference. But yet, he's just a scruffy nerve herder living with a father who just wants him to to find more power converters. And this old man, Ben Kenobi, is a wise man, a man who seemed to know Luke Skywalker's father. He meets up with Luke Skywalker and saves his life from the Sand people, what actually they're called Tusken Raiders. He tells Luke Skywalker that his father was killed by Darth Vader, or Darth Vader was able to rule the galaxy, killing all the Jedi in the process. But I remember having an hour conversation with my father about how he felt after leaving the theater of Star Wars. And he said that it was a movie that kind of was different. It brought the sci-fi to a different take, and it brought new heights to different movies, and also an inspiration to other sci-fi movies that we have today. This was it, and it impacted culture, it impacted families. You have books, you have video games, you have people are dressing up as Luke Skywalker. People are still buying Luke Skywalker toys, even though it's a character that was introduced in 1977 over almost 40 years ago. And one of the best things about this movie was the technology back in the day wasn't that great as we had technology we have right now, but they used practical effects. And the practical effects that you see, like the X-Wing fighter that's going into space, it still looks good even on Blu-ray. Score from John Williams was memorable, it's catchy, and every time I do something, I always hum the Star Wars movie. If I brush my teeth, doing work at a job, or taking a shower, Darth Vader was badass. Even though there's been some comparisons to the Stormtroopers as Nazis, there are some parallels to it, but I don't really think about it. Come on, it's Star Wars. Let's be entertained, guys. Darth Vader was badass. He was scary. He was very much just one of the best villains that we have in cinematic history. And one thing I love is it was funny. Into all the characters, every single character they brought in, I was into. Princess Leia, Han Solo, Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO. All of them are funny, and it all was fits in the Star Wars lore. It wasn't forced. It was all natural. It was everything I wanted a Star Wars to be. Tension. It had love. It had heartbreak. It had tearful moments, and it was emotional at that. And the music was score that was added into the emotion. Without Star Wars, probably the sci-fi genre would suck. I'm gonna say it. Without Star Wars, the sci-fi genre would suck. Lightsaber fight between Ben and Darth Vader, yeah, it was very slow. At the time, that was a great fight. Even though people at today will look at that fight and say, oh, it's so slow. Prequels was so much better. Lightsaber fights in the prequels were there's too choreographed, and it had no attention to it. You know, it was all fast paced. They was basically doing all of that. Like, you're having a hot, radiated lightsaber which brings intense heat, and you telling me that if I had a lightsaber, this thing was a real lightsaber, you will actually burn yourself by doing all those little tricks and stuff. So what? I mean, so what? It was slow. But still, the fight was realistic and it had tension to it. He showed a facial expression like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. So, but in the lightsaber fights between the prequels, they all have the same facial expression. So no tension at all. Killing off Ben Kenobi was heartbreaking towards Luke Skywalker. Now Luke Skywalker, he has anger. He lost his best friend. He has no one to turn to. Got Luke Skywalker join the Rebels. They're trying to infiltrate Death Star, trying to destroy the Death Star. They had to shoot these little small protons in a little hole that only a wump rat can go through, go down the whole spiral, and then it destroys the Death Star. They save the day. They saved the day. This movie right here was pretty good. It was magical. It was stunning. It had great special effects. The score was awesome. The characters were fantastic. Han Solo's my favorite character, and he did shot first, by the way. Chewbacca was great. C-3PO was good. R2-D2 was funny. He was badass. Luke Skywalker was a little spoiled brat in the first 5 minutes of the film, but yet he brought up and showed that he's a hero. Princess Leia at the time, Carrie Fisher, she was sexy. She looked good. She did a good job in her role. Everything. This movie deserves a Ben Affleck Batman. Masterpiece. This is a stunning, great film, great cinematography, great special effects, great practical effects, directed well from George Lucas and written well from George Lucas. And I have to give George Lucas my props. Thank you, George Lucas, for bringing out Star Wars. Hands out to you. So that's my review for episode 4. I will have episode 5 coming next week. And that means we are almost 4 weeks away from Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I cannot wait till that movie comes out. I love to do that review. Cannot wait till that movie comes out. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like everything you see and you agree, click right here. Join me in the Batman family. I have more Batman-tastic reviews on the way. You have been warned. Till then, ciao.